You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, a sub-new episode of the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you in a Let's Play episode of Fueled by Insanity, Tracy's Path. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos, one of which is already out right now, y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alrighty. Further and further into the cavern we go. My tired, worn-out feet carry me forward as they try their best to keep up with Tracy. I feel like I'm in a trance. None of this seems real, and yet my pain and exhaustion tell me otherwise. I'm holding on to hope that this will all turn out to be a dream, that Kajuro will show up any minute now. Kajuro. How do I even feel about him? He's hurt me in not one, but two dreams in a row. The nap I had this morning is the only time where he didn't. Even so, he's pointing me in the right direction, I think. He's right in that he got me to finally take action, but that also means he's the reason I may die in here, too. I don't know what to think. My stomach growls, and I'm reminded of how starving I am. I have no food or water. I don't know how long I can hold on for. If we don't get out soon. Man, my chest hurts. Couldn't Tracy have gone a little easier with the CPR? Ugh. Eventually, Tracy calls my name. Hey, Jeffrey? Yeah? Do you ever think about the small choices you've made in life that led you to where you are now? The people you've met, the places you've been. Why do you ask? I don't know about you, but sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I did things differently. How so? Well, sometimes I think about how I met you guys. You met us through Marshall, didn't you? Right, but that only happened because of one dumb mistake I made. What was that? So one of my friends started spreading rumors about me to everyone I knew. I mean, really, really bad ones. What did they say? That I was poisoning him by putting drain cleaner in his coffee and that he almost died because of it. Of course, everyone believed him, because they always did when he made up shit like that. I found out what he was saying when one of my other friends called the police on me. What the fuck? I know, right? The police had nothing to go off of, so nothing happened, but I was so pissed off. That night I tried to call and confront him. I wanted to kill him so bad, you don't even know. I was so mad that when I dialed his number, I pressed a 2 instead of a 3 and called the wrong number. As soon as the phone was answered, I yelled for a full 4 minutes straight before I was stopped. I only realized my mistake after I heard Marshall speak. I'd never been so embarrassed in my life. What did he say? He was polite about it, actually. Called me sir and didn't mind when I corrected him. He said I needed better friends and we should hang out. We met up in town and went shopping. Neither of us got anything, but it was refreshing to finally get away from that stupid, toxic friend circle. Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm surprised. I've never even seen you and Marshall interact before. And then again, I guess I haven't seen you much in general. What about you? So what about you? Is there anything you think back on like that? It's something that led you down the path of your life is on now. I shrug. I don't know. Have you never thought about it? Kind of, but I don't think there's anything special I've ever done. Not like that, at least. You're boring. What? Why are you so curious anyway? I thought it'd be cool to learn more about you. I don't think we've ever talked with just the two of us before. Yeah. There's kinda a reason for that. That is, I may have been kind of, staying away from you on purpose. Huh? Why? So, how do I say this? Tracy stares at me with an inquisitive look that's got me feeling nervous now. Me and Sean were best friends, and he'd be open to talk and hang out whenever I wanted. But then you came along, and he started hanging out with you, and instead I was kind of jealous because he was my friend first. Wait, that sounded really bad. Actually, I guess it kind of was. But that wasn't why I avoided you. I just know how I am when I'm in a bad mood, and I didn't want to say anything to make you hate me. I'm kind of terrible at first impressions, after all. But I tried to stay away because I like Sean, and I didn't want to mess up stuff for him just because of my stupid jealousy, you know? I thought if I kept my distance from you, then there was less chance that I'd make you mad or ruin my friendship with Sean. You know you can just talk about this stuff, right? If you told me that was how you were feeling, then maybe you could have found a way to work things out. I'm sure Sean would have understood. But I'm serious. This whole time I thought I wasn't doing enough to reach out. Sean talked about you constantly and kept saying he wanted us to be friends. Okay, but... Look, water time. Promise you'll try to communicate in the future instead of, can you shut up and let me talk? What is it? I'm trying to tell you that I'm doing that now. You're doing what now? I am doing the thing. I was just telling you how I felt and why I acted how I did. You can't tell me I need to start communicating when that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, huh. Well, fuck me then, I guess. I swear I'm better than this. Really now. To be honest, this whole time I was worried about making a bad impression on you. Me? Why? Because your friends really like you, so I wanted to be on your good side. Too bad. You've already failed at that. What? You saved my life before I could save yours. You stole my cool points, and I can't forgive you now. I can't steal what was never there to begin with. Ow! Hey, did you hear that? Here? Both of us quiet down, and sure enough, in the distance I can hear voices. That's them! Ted and Blake! Jeffrey! Tracy, are you there? Over here! I breathe a much-needed sigh of relief, knowing that we've actually been rescued. Hopefully it's for real this time. Tracy, you alright? Oh, and Jeffrey, too. Jeffrey! Yeah! Ted brushes over and gives me a tight hug, nearly knocking me over in the process. He's squeezing so tight that it's hard to breathe. I thought you were a goner. I will be if you don't let go. Oh, sorry. You have no idea how happy I am to see you. Happy enough to squeeze the life out of me, apparently? So who's ready to get out of here? Blake holds up the guide rope he's kept this whole way, signaling that it's time to go. Yeah, I'm ready to go and never look back. This cave sucks. Did you take any magnesium with you, Blake? I lost mine. Of course, I'd be a fool not to. Oh, and you'll likely want this back. It fell out of your hands when the two of you fell. Blake takes a phone out of his pocket and hands it to Tracy. Oh, my phone! Tracy looks down at the phone that's now in her hands and frowns. Oh, but the screen's cracked. It still works, does it not? True. Hey, if it's okay, can we leave now? Oh, good idea. Let's go. That turned out a lot better than Tracy and Blake went alone. Out of the cave and magnesium in hand, we've only got a few stops to make before we can finally rest. Unfortunately, one of them is going back home to get a fresh change of clothes, one that isn't all gross and wet. I take a deep breath as I hop out of the car. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to deal with Daren right now. There's no way he's going to let me off the hook quickly, but I badly need to change my clothes. These are filthy. I take a look back at the car behind me. Tracy's busy doing something on her phone. Blake's got his eyes closed. He looks about ready to pass out. Ted, meanwhile, is just staring at me. Would I have to be the one to go in? It would be easier if someone else did. Or at the very least, I point at Ted and signal for him to get out of the car, though he just looks confused. Again, I signal, but he still doesn't budge. Come on! This time I go over to Ted's door, open it, and pull him out myself. What are you doing? If I have to deal with Daren, then you do too. You're coming with me. Huh? Well, why can't you go by yourself? Because Daren's going to start scolding me and questioning where I went. If you're there, then there won't be as obnoxious. Then he won't be as obnoxious at least. Can't you just tell him we're in a hurry? Yes, but that's not the point. Then what is it? How will me being there help? Because I feel better when you're there. Please? I don't know. You will? Thanks! Huh? Before giving him a chance to back out, I grab hold of Ted and pull him with me. I barely get 1 foot in the door before I'm met by what I was dreading. Where were you? Ted then steps in from behind me. Your clothes are wet. Yeah, what do I even say? I can't tell him the truth, right? It's like, water time. Yeah, I just got back from a cave where I almost died. Oh, and Ted here can use magic. How's your day been? I'm sure that would go over well. Don't care what you two do together. Ted's a good guy. Huh? What do you mean? You don't have to hide it. If you need somewhere private, go ahead. Let me know next time so I'll know you'll be back, okay? What? No, that's not what we were doing! My mind gets completely scrambled by what I think Daren's implying, and yet Ted laughs. You're not helping your case getting flustered like this. Shut up! Making matters worse, Ted puts his arm around my shoulders and leans his head against mine. Ted! Sorry, I couldn't resist. I grumble. He's not wrong about me getting flustered. And yet, although I'm annoyed with him for it, maybe this is a good thing. It's distracting from what actually happened, after all. I wonder if that's his plan. By the way, Ted. You missed Marshall. Hey, what? I look at the two in confusion. What's going on? Ted was supposed to hang out with Marshall today. You weren't here when he got here. Oh, I completely forgot. You and Marshall were gonna hang out? When did that happen? Got them to talk last night. Ted was supposed to go over there this morning. Glad you're getting out, but next time don't leave your friends hanging. Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry, y'all. A little stuffy this morning. He wasn't too upset, was he? No, but my point stands. I get distracted by a honk coming from outside, reminding me of why I'm here in the first place. Who's honking? Oh, that's Tracy. Whoops. Almost forgot. We're just here to get a change of clothes, and we gotta head back out. She doesn't drive. And Blake's driving. Blake? Tracy's boss. Daren looks at me with an inquisitive look. I expect him to question further, but instead he just shrugs. When are you coming back? That's a good question. Do you know? Ted turns to me as if expecting me to answer. Unsure of what to actually say, I throw out a time, even though it's most likely a lie. 10:30 at the latest. Sure. Thanks for letting me know this time. Despite feeling bad about it, I nod. Maybe I should have just said I don't know, but whatever, it's not like it matters. Another honk prompts me to get moving, though there is still one thing I want to do, something I realized back in the cavern. Hey, Daren? Yeah? I walk over to Daren and decide to do something I've rarely ever done. I give him a tight hug, thankful that I was able to make it out and see him again, and that he didn't have to worry about dealing with a missing brother yet again. Thanks for everything. Jeffrey? Let go, you're getting me wet. Oh, right. Sorry about that. It's okay, I guess. I'll see you later then? Have fun, whatever you two are doing. I smile and nod. With all the hard stuff out of the way, I'm sure the next time I see Daren, everything will be alright for the first time in a long time. Now in clean clothes, we finally arrive back at the Knot Lab. The first thing I do after stepping in is plop down face first onto the air mattress. It takes everything in my power to not immediately fall asleep. This has been such a long day. I got barely any sleep to start with. I've had nothing to eat or drink. My fur is mostly dried by now, but I still feel gross. My ears perk up as I hear the sound of a bag being opened, followed by the unmistakable aroma of blueberry muffins. Muffins? I sit up and turn towards where the smell is and find that Tracy has pulled out a box of 24 blueberry muffins. Muffins! Without thinking, I get up and snatch the box right out of her hands. I waste no time in opening it and gulping down muffin after muffin in one bite each. Only afterwards does it occur to me that these may not have been meant for me, but by then, I've already eaten 10. When I look up, I see an angry Tracy glaring at me. At the same time, however, Ted and Blake are both watching me, amused. Those were supposed to be for everyone. Oh, right. There you go. Despite her telling me that, I grab 6 more muffins from the box and continue eating. Jeffrey! Both Blake and Ted share a laugh. I did tell you this would happen. You should have listened to me. You should know better. Right, I should. Sorry. Oh, no one can ever say I don't apologize for anything. With the apology out of the way, I take a couple more. That's not sorry at all. You're right. And I take one last one before scooting away from the box. 7 should be enough for the 3 of them. I wanted some of those muffins. I've still got 2 boxes of donuts for the rest of us. I'll stick to muffins if that's okay. Donuts for Miss Tracy and me, then. You've got to be kidding me. Your fault for not buying more. They were delicious. Before I finish my sentence, Tracy grabs one of the donut boxes and flings it in my direction. Ow! The cardboard box smacks me right in my nose, causing me to flinch. Most of the donuts fly up out of the box into the air, several of which land on my face. Hey, what the hell? I expect for either Ted or Blake to come to my defense, but instead the two just laugh at me, making me feel embarrassed. Oh, come on! Why'd you have to throw it at me? You were asking for it. What? No, Somebody back me up here. Sorry, Jeffrey, this is your own fault. I glare at Ted and grumble, unable to think of a comeback. It doesn't help that both he and Blake are staring at me and giggling about something. I feel like I'm being left out of a joke or something. Little do they all know I can win at this game. Fine, if you're gonna throw donuts at me, then these are mine now. I tilt my head down to pick up one of the donuts that had landed on my bed, but in doing so, another one slides off my left ear, bounces off my arm, and then it lands next to the one I was just reaching for. Where'd that come from? As soon as I notice, all 3 of them burst out laughing. Aw, I was hoping you'd take longer to notice. Did that land on my ear? Ah, that did. I'm honestly impressed with Tracy. I didn't know it was possible for a canine here to catch a donut. Okay, you terrify me, Tracy. Are you sure you're not the one using magic here? Oh, wait, why did I bring up magic? Man, I wish. Well, speaking of magic, I'd like a word with you later, Ted. Oh, did I do something wrong? Far from it, but we'll get to it later. Right now, I'd suggest we all get some rest and discuss our next plans once we're in a better state to do so. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!